This is a screen recording that's going to take you to the IRB proposal form itself. I'm sorry, I coughed today. Anyway, and it will allow you, and I'm going to start filling it out, but I'll follow the path that we had before to get to the IRB proposal. So you go to PSU, go to the entry IRB proposal, which is already there. Go from that, hit return, go to IRB applications, then IRB facts, then research integrity, then down the left hand side find the tab that says human subjects, and finally as you go down here you'll see new IRB forms. So I'm going to click that form. One thing I will say right now is there is a place on this site where they give sample consent forms. I think it might be under forms and applications. Well, let's just check. Let's see. Additional documents, informed consent documents, yes. So if you want to see some samples of good consent documents, that's a good place to go because those are the ones they've already thought about. And we'll tell you exactly how to set those up. So this also has the new IRB forms page as well. So let me click that. Then we go to IRB application for exempt review. This will open up in Google Drive. At this stage in Google Drive, this application, you can either download it and work on it as a doc, or you can work on it in Google Drive. You can't work on it when it's got this black edge. All you can do is view it. So what I'm going to do is try to get that thing to come back up here again. Here, open with Google Docs. Now, if as you open this, you leave it and you want to come back to it, you can always go to the Recent tab on the Google Docs page, or you can work on this as a doc on your desktop. So let's go through this because now I can type into here. Maybe I should change my typing letters to a color, a different color. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, so I am the principal investigator. By the way, I go by Danelle D. Stevens. I made that decision because of APA. If I were ever cited, they would cite me as D. Stevens, and I thought D. Stevens. There's fewer of those than there are D. Stevens. It's a decision you can make as well. My email is bgsd@pdx.edu. However, stevensd@pdx.edu will also work. What goes under co-principal investigator is your name. Your email. And then the department would be, I guess you could do your specializations. It could be CI, or ELP, Educational Leadership and Policy. The mail code, oh goodness, I think it might be ED. Preferred phone number, that's usually the department phone number. All Portland State phone numbers are 503-725, and then some other number which you're going to have to look up. The title of your proposal would be the title of that we taught on the linkages assignment. So go to the linkages assignment and look at the title that you put down. Put the mailing address as your home address. Or the department address. Duration of the project, I would put, let's see, I'd put 6 months. An anticipated start date, recognizing that this is going to have to be approved by them, you might want to say, I don't know, March 1 or February 20th, or why don't you do March 1, 2015. Okay, so is it funded? No. Okay, so we can click this, check this, put an X in there, I hope. If they don't let you put an X, I just do that. I put 2 X's in front. There's no funding, so we don't have to do the rest of this. Students only. This is not a master's thesis. This is not a PhD. This is other. So I would put X's there. Then you are to type in your name, and then down here put in your student ID number. Where is that? XXXXXXXXXXXX, and your email XXXXXXXX, and the date that you are submitting this. Okay, let's go to the next page. Now this page is filled out by me as the principal investigator. So once you submit this to me, I'm the one who has to agree to all these things, because I am considered the principal investigator. These are all like the rules and policies that you should be familiar with, having taken the IRB test. It also reminds you of the rules that this department uses. And so it's just handy to pay attention to these, read them again, recognize that the university cares about the kind of research you conduct, and but this section is really filled out by me, not by you, by the principal investigator, whoever that is. So I put X's in there. I don't know why I can't do the box, but I try to make it as easy as possible, given that. Try to make them consistent, the responses. And then I would sign the bottom as principal investigator. Now, this is instructions for students. It says graduate studies requires PhD students to have approval of their dissertation research prior to IRB submission. Usually that means that it's passed the committee approval, that you've defended it. And so these are a few other rules. I'm the one who has to submit this. Now, this is a different form than it used to be, and you don't know the old one. So, but what this does is it's a form that allows you to decide if you have any of these populations that need special treatment in doing research. So you'll go down these and say, no, it does not involve prisoners or those that are in correctional facilities. I am not interviewing minors. I am not making observations of minors. And then the rest of these, and you would be answering no to all of these. I wish I could get inside that box, but I can't. So involved legally, mentally, they're competent. They are does not place them at risk of criminal or civil liability. I just want you to think about all those human subjects issues. And certainly some of the records will have identifiers, but you must get consent from them. There's no alcohol or drugs involved, no blood or bodily fluids. You're not dealing with pregnant women, no live fetuses. So one of the things about this new form is that they kind of help you think about what kind of review you need. This was not on the old form. Types of research that will qualify for exemption if limited to specific activities. And this is where exemption means that your application will be reviewed by the IRB board, but not the faculty, full review with the faculty committee. So generally in education, we apply for all exemptions that apply to us, and most of these are the kinds of exemptions that we would apply for. Wait, where did it go? Okay. So research conducted in establishing common accepted educational settings, using normal educational practices. That's generally what we do. There may be tests that we give. I think Leanne is doing a test, and so she has to talk about are the human subjects going to be identified. Research involving the use of educational tests that is not exempt under Category 2. So that would not be a category that you would mark. Like they're appointed officials, or their information can be, their confidentiality can be compromised. This is a no. Research involving the collection of using data, these pathological specimen, diagnostic specimens, no, we aren't doing that. Which are conducted to this department, which are designed to study. Okay, these are all related to government programs. They need the subject to department heads or agency heads, and those don't apply to us usually. And certainly taste and food quality evaluation doesn't apply to us. Then in the next category, you need to justify the exemption categories that you have chosen. You might want to look at Paulina's paper to see that. And it's basically saying I'm giving an educational test, or I'm doing a procedure that is normally done. It's something like if teachers would be doing this, it would be things that they would normally be doing in their own classrooms. And that's how you justify. And let's see, study specific questions. This is section 5. So I talked about this in another video, which was about preparation for filling out the IRB form. This you need to do ahead of time. I wouldn't do it on this form. I would cut and paste it into this form. And then finally you need to attach a consent form and how are you going to obtain consent, and also examples of the survey questions, and etc. Please submit completed applications by email to this address. But you will send them to me because I am the one who has to submit this, and I will need to fill out the first part and sign it. So that's it. Good luck.